Guys, today I'm going to be reading Cash Flow Collection. Cash flow, not money, relieves anxiety. The financial struggle and poverty are really financial anxiety problems. There are mental and emotional loops that keep people stuck in what Robert calls the rat race. Unless the mental and emotional hooks are broken, ratchet remains intact. Robert's worked with a banker to break his pattern of financial struggle. While he's certainly not a therapist, Robert has experience of breaking his own financial habits instilled by his family. The financial banker made a good living, but was always in some sort of financial trouble. He had a beautiful family, 3 cars, a big house, and a vacation home. To the world, he looked like a prosperous banker. But when Robert looked at his financial statement, he discovered he had a financial cancer that would be terminal in a few years if he did not change his ways. And the first time he and his wife played cash, he struggled it almost uncontrollably. His mind wandered, and he could not seem to grasp the game. After 4 hours of play, he was so stuck. Everyone had completed the game, but he was still in the rat race. As they put the game away, Robert asked him what was going on. His only answer was that the game was too hard, too slow, and too boring. Robert reminded him about what he had told him before the game started. Games reflect behavior. Afterwards, a game is like a mirror that allows you to look at yourself. That statement angered him, so Robert backed off and said if he was still committed to getting his financial life in order. He said he was. So Robert invited him and his wife, who loved the game, to come play again. It was an investment group Robert was coaching. A week later, he reluctantly showed up. This time, a few lights began to go on inside his head. For him, the accounting part was easy, so he naturally neat and tidy with his numbers, which is important for the game to be valuable. But now he was beginning to understand the world of business and investing. He could finally see with his mind his own life's patterns and what he was doing, because his own what he was doing. He could finally see with his own mind his own life's patterns and what he was doing to cause his own financial struggle. After 4 hours, he still did not finish the game, but he was beginning to learn. As he left this time, he invited himself back. By the third meeting, he was a new man. He was now in control of the game. He was counting and his investments. His confidence soared. This time, he had successfully exited the rat race and was on the fast track. When he left, he purchased the game and said, "I'm going to teach my kids." By the fourth meeting, he told Robert his personal expenses were down. He had changed his spending habits and was being more careful with his credit cards. He was taking an active interest in learning to invest and build his asset account. His thinking was now on track to make him an information age thinker. At the fifth meeting, he played Cash Flow 202, the advanced game for people who had mastered Cash Flow 101. He was now ready and eager to play the fast and risky game that true B's and I's play. The best news was that he took control of his financial future. This man was completely different from the one who had asked him to make cash flow easier for the first time he played. A few weeks later, instead of wanting things to be easier, he was actively seeking bigger challenges. He was optimistic about his financial future. He had reduced himself not only mentally, but also emotionally, to the power of repetitive learning process that comes from a game. In Robert's opinion, games are a superior teaching tool because they require the player to become fully engaged in the learning process while having fun. The game involves the person mentally, emotionally, and physically. So basically, well, it's only for some games. Like, for games that are supposed to be educational, you can have fun and you'll learn something. And so you might play it, and if you're not good, but then you're like, let's say you're playing an educational game for a purpose, and although you got nowhere to the finish line with the game for the first time you played it, but you still wanted to finish that goal, then you tried it the second time and you let's say you just got like you learn some more stuff from like someone, then like you'd probably be more like you'd probably want to play that game a bit more. Well, like I guess like games like they can teach you stuff as long as like educational purposes. As kids, kids can come on dad your prescription and apartment prescription. It's about how my mom got 50 apartments in 7 years. So I like to subscribe.